In October 2002, Darren Berrecloth dropped into a steep Utah desert ridge during a new Freeride contest. Years earlier, he was a teenager racing BMX and exploring mountain bike trails near Parksville on Vancouver Island. In 2005, he threw a spinning drop at a major slopestyle event in Whistler that judges later treated as a benchmark. A decade later, he lay in hospital after breaking vertebrae in his back. The list of injuries from this riding was long. Let us follow how his choices in risky terrain helped define modern free-ride mountain biking. By the late 1990s in Parksville, British Columbia, Darren Berrecloth was spending long days at BMX tracks and local dirt jumps. Around that time, he mixed racing in nearby Nanaimo with mountain biking on forest trails and began transferring tricks between the two bikes. Those early jumps carried much lower consequences than what came later. In 2001, at about 20 years old, he decided to focus on freeride full-time. That decision changed his daily routine. Contest invitations slowly replaced local races. It marked the start of his professional path from local tracks to global events. The 2002 Rampage event in Virgin, Utah, placed riders on exposed sandstone ridges with large natural drops. Compared with his home trails, the terrain was far more severe. Berrecloth entered on his freeride bike and linked steep chutes, tight turns, and big airs into one run. Judges ranked him third overall, putting him on the podium at the end of the competition. This single result changed his career scale. Invitations, sponsorship deals, and film offers followed quickly. Many riders first learned his name because of that result. Soon after Rampage, around 2003, Berrecloth filmed major free-ride movie segments in British Columbia. Crews documented him spinning and throwing tricks off wooden drops and natural cliffs in coastal forests and mountain terrain. Some lines combined steep rock rolls with large gap jumps that demanded precise speed control. A mistake could mean a long fall. Every line combined real exposure with large gaps. The segments circulated widely among riders and bike shops. They showed how BMX-style tricks could work on full suspension bikes in rough, natural terrain. June 2005 brought a large slopestyle contest in Saalbach, Hinterglemm, Austria. On a packed contest course, Berrecloth assembled one of the standout runs at that event, linking big tricks from top to bottom. Reports later described him using one-footed moves, 360s, and extended seat grab variations over the largest features. Each hit carried real crash potential. Judges awarded him first place and the top prize. It was his first major international slopestyle win. The result confirmed that his trick-heavy riding could succeed in strict judge formats. Two months later, in August 2005, he rode the slopestyle course at Crankworx in Whistler, British Columbia. Midway through his run, he spun a 360 over a roughly 60-foot step-down road gap. The distance left little margin for error. No one had used that feature in that way in competition before. The crowd reaction was immediate and loud. Coverage later pointed to that 360 as a key moment in slopestyle progression. It raised what judges and riders expected from top-level event runs. By then, Berrecloth had started shaping his own venues. In 2006, he helped design and host the Bearclaw Invitational Slopestyle contest on Mount Washington on Vancouver Island. The course featured wooden step-downs, big dirt jumps, and multiple line choices aimed at advanced freeriders. The features demanded commitment at speed. Riders praised the event for its layout and overall atmosphere. Riders quickly treated it as a must-ride event. It quickly returned in later seasons as a key stop on the freeride calendar. He had moved from invited rider to event host. Course building became part of his regular work. During the 2010 season, Berrecloth faced both setbacks and podium finishes. At Crankworx in Whistler that year, a hard crash in Slopestyle sent him to the emergency room. The impact removed him from riding immediately. Only 7 weeks later, he stood on the Freeride World Tour podium and the Rampage podium in Utah. The quick return surprised many people following results. It showed he could still contend for top spots after serious crashes. His season demonstrated steady risk management and recovery at the highest level. In May 2011, news broke that Berrecloth had broken 3 vertebrae in his back. The crash put him in a hospital bed and off the bike for an extended period. Simple movement now required caution. Specialists expected a long recovery and warned about the risks of future impacts to his spine. This was a major injury. For months he focused on healing rather than traveling to events. Observers openly questioned whether he could return to the same freeride level. By 2012, he was back riding events and filming again. Coverage highlighted that he had returned to downhill and freeride lines only a year after his broken back. The change was clear: hospital bed to big mountain courses. The turnaround from fracture to full-speed runs came quickly. He continued to appear at big contests and in new video projects across North America and Europe. The comeback required careful preparation. He again chose lines that other riders often avoided. His name stayed near the top of start lists and result sheets throughout that season. In 2013, Slopestyle became part of a major action sports event in Munich, Germany, bringing freeride mountain biking to a wider audience. Berrecloth qualified through the earlier rounds and reached the final. He was competing directly against a new specialist generation. He finished 4th overall in that first edition of the contest. The course still carried big falls for any mistake. It was a strong result in a new format for the sport. That performance showed he could still deliver under pressure on a global stage. His ranking helped keep high-profile invitations coming. Later in 2013, while preparing for more events, Berrecloth began to feel severe back pain again. A medical scan revealed a disc extrusion pressing on a nerve in his lower spine. The condition made normal training difficult. He traveled to California in early 2014 for spinal surgery to repair the damaged lumbar disc. The procedure was serious. After the operation, he spent months in structured rehabilitation instead of riding. Interviews documented how much of his schedule shifted to recovery plans and physical therapy. Also in 2014, the Bearclaw Invitational on Mount Washington held what became its last edition before a long pause. That year, Berrecloth was dealing with multiple injuries and reduced his competition calendar to protect his back. Every landing now involved a spine already damaged multiple times. The event still attracted many top freeriders and delivered a full weekend of runs. It showed the lasting appeal of the course he had helped build. The pause removed one of Freeride's regular showcase stops. Afterward, organizers announced that the contest would go on hiatus. By 2015, Berrecloth had joined a major European bike manufacturer's factory freeride team and focused on big mountain projects. He returned to Rampage in Utah and other showcase events with new sponsors backing his lines. Those events placed him again on steep desert faces and heavy features. The moves remained high risk. He was no longer the youngest rider in the field. Yet he stayed present near the top of freeride rosters and project lists. Off-season back surgery in 2016 and ongoing spinal issues eventually led Berrecloth to step away from top-level competition. Around this period, he publicly stated that he had broken his back multiple times during his career. The accumulated damage was clear. He also spoke about changing goals. Instead of chasing contest results, he put more energy into course design, judging, and project planning. Video series and profiles increasingly presented him as a veteran voice guiding younger freeriders. In 2021, the Mountain Bike Hall of Fame recognized Berrecloth for his impact on freeriding. The induction highlighted both his contest results and his influence on event formats, sponsorship approaches, and the overall image of big mountain riding. The sport itself now formally acknowledged his long-term influence. The honor placed his name alongside other long-term contributors to the discipline. Years of high-consequence runs now sat behind this decision. The announcement underlined how his career spanned early freeride competitions through to the modern era. Around the same time, Berrecloth focused more on advanced lines near his home on Vancouver Island. A widely shared project in 2021 followed him as he built and rode a challenging backyard freeride line with custom wooden features and steep dirt landings. The work happened only a short distance from his house. The build required patience and careful planning. He also appeared riding with younger athletes at large backyard training parks in Canada. Those sessions showed him passing on line choices and setup tips in real time. Over time, Darren Berrecloth moved from young BMX racer to one of freeride mountain biking's most recognized figures. His actions shifted from contest runs and film segments toward building courses, running events, and mentoring younger riders. What differentiates him is a consistent focus on difficult natural terrain, big trick combinations, and returning after repeated injuries. The physical cost was significant. The scale and risk of his choices made his name visible far beyond his local trails. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss what is next.